Hey guys! So for today's video, since it is midsummer, I thought I would come on here and film a summery kind of fun look for you guys. And I am just going to be using one brand for my whole entire face, and that is going to be MAC Cosmetics. So before I get started, I am going to clip my hair back just so it is out of my face. So before filming, I did prep my skin with this MAC strobe cream. This is in the shade Gold Light. So I pretty much use this in replace of moisturizer for some days. So I do like the Gold Light shade just because it has like the nice golden glow. So if you do see like my face look a little bit shiny and dewy, this is the product to thank for that. Moving right on to foundation. I am going to be using my absolute favorite MAC foundation, and this is the Face and Body, and I have the shade N1. So the reason why I love this one, especially in the summertime, is because it gives you like a sheer to medium finish, so it's not cakey. It makes your skin look dewy and hydrated, and it, like I said before, it just doesn't give you that super cakiness look, and in the summertime I am definitely not a fan of that. So I'm just using my InStylish sponge and just start applying this all over my face. And can you guys tell, like, I'm a little bit tanned, and this is like so bizarre for me because normally I do not tan like this dark, and I know you might be thinking, oh, that's silly, you're not even dark, but for me to get this naturally tanned, this is progress. So I think this is as far as I'm gonna go with foundation. And if you guys can see, like, my skin does look hydrated and dewy, so that's why I love this one. So I'm gonna go in with some concealer. This is the MAC 24 Hour Studio Fix Smooth Wear Concealer. This is my absolute favorite one by MAC. So you can see like how thick it comes on, and I love that. It's just very, very nice and blendable and opaque, and like the name says, it's smooth and 24-hour wear. So I'm gonna go in and blend that out with the same sponge. Oh, and I totally forgot to say what shade I was using, but this is NW22. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm not gonna bake my under eyes, just because in the summertime I find that can get a little bit heavy, but for a more lighter look, I guess you could say, I am going to go into this Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette. This is the light to medium palette. So I am just going to take this Morphe brush here, and I am going to go into that first shade up here and use this as like an under eye setting powder. And this one also brightens as well. And the shade that this one is called is Emphasize. So I'm just going to tap into this and literally just set my under eyes, just so my concealer doesn't crease. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation Powder, and this is in the shade NC20. Looks like this, and I'm just going to go in with my MAC 128S brush, and I'm just going to tap lightly in here and just kind of set anywhere on my face where I may need some extra setting or a little bit of extra coverage from this powder. And this powder can also be used as like a straight up foundation, especially for the summertime, because it's literally quick. You can just do like your whole face with powder and you can build it up and then you can just go. You don't have to worry about blending out any liquid foundation or anything like that. So when I'm like going to the beach or I'm going somewhere where I'm not doing like a full face of makeup, I will grab for this and just throw it in my bag, because then I have it to do like my touch-ups throughout the day. And what I love about this powder is it is also buildable. So I really love that. You can either give yourself like a sheer coverage, or you can like keep applying more layers, and it really gets mattifying and the coverage is definitely there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into this palette. I love this palette. It has like so much use. Like I use this all the time. And I'm actually probably just going to sweep my brush through all three of these shades. And I'm going to be using the Morphe R1 brush. So I'm literally just going to go like this and get all of those different shades and apply some to my cheekbones and forehead. And I like to pull it down my neck a little bit just so it kind of blends into my lower half tan a little better, just because my face is a little bit more white. It didn't tan as good as the rest, because when I wash and exfoliate my face, like no tan is really gonna last as well as the rest of my body. So okay, so that is my bronzer. I think I'm finished with that. And next I'm going to go in with some blush, and this is the Mineralized Blush by MAC, and it is in the shade Petal Power. If you guys can see, this blush definitely has like a really pretty glowy goldy sheen to it. This reminds me so much of the NARS Orgasm blush, and when you swatch it, it looks identical, like seriously. So I really wanted to get this one. I have not tried this on my face yet. I'm just going in with my Sigma Powder F10 brush. So blushes I can get a little heavy-handed with, but I like to kind of build up my blush because typically blush is like the first to disappear off your face for some reason. Ooh, and I know you guys can't see in camera, but I can definitely see like a really pretty glow from this blush. That looks really pretty. Before I almost completely forget about eyebrows, I am going to be going in with this Great Brows Kit by MAC, and this is in the shade Taupe. So I will be using this bottom shade here, and I am going to be going in with my Morphe and Jeffree Star JS7 brush. I'm just going to dip into that bottom shade and start filling in my brows. So you guys can see this is a really good shade for people who have ashy blonde eyebrows like myself. I have a really hard time finding powders that aren't too like warm toned, so this one is the perfect shade. I think the lighter one would definitely be too light for me, but the darker one here in the Taupe palette definitely gives me the shade that I am going for. Okay, so that is good as the brows are going to get. I'm not too picky about brows, like ever. Like if they're a little bit off or not completely perfect, it doesn't bother me in the least. And I usually don't go in and do like the whole carving thing. I'm just kind of too lazy for that at the moment, so it's not what I do anyway, so I'm not going to do it within like this video. So now I'm going to go in and do some eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using is the Art Library Nude Model Palette. I know I use this a lot on my channel, but it is literally one of my favorite palettes. If you guys don't have this palette, you will get so much use out of it, I promise, because it has every color in there that is like a nude. It has shimmery, it has mattes, it has like everything literally that you will need. So to start off, I am going to be going in with my Morphe E23 brush, and I think I am going to be going in to this light neutral shade right there, and I will be going for more of like a nudie eye kind of look, but with a little pop of color because the lips are going to be bright. So I'm just blending this into my crease. I think now what I'm going to go into is I think I'm going to go into this darker brown right next to it with the same brush. I'm just going to darken the outer half a little bit, and I am going to be taking this shimmery color here right next to the first shade we used, and I'm going to go in with my finger because I find this is what works the best. So I'm just going to swirl around in that shade, and I'm just going to apply this to my inner half of my eye, just to kind of where it meets the darker shade. So I'm just going to go in with that darker brown shade, and I'm going to be using a MAC 217 brush. I'm just going to dip into this and just darken up the outer corner just a little bit. And I'm actually going to mix the light one and the dark one together just to kind of put on my lower lid. Same MAC brush. I'm just going to sweep some down there. So now I'm going to go into this super dark shade in the corner, same MAC brush, and I'm going to just deepen that up even further. So now I'm just going to take my Sigma E45 brush, I'm going to go into that same dark shade and just put some on my lower lid just to help smoke out a little bit there. My E65 brush by Sigma, this is what I use for powder liner, and I'm going to take that same dark shade again, just dip into that and just line my lash line. So I am going to be going in with this MAC Eye Kohl in the shade Fascinating. It's like a white one. So I am going to go and just line my waterline with this. So just like that, I don't need too much, just a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with the pop of color I've been telling you about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Memories of Space. This is like a really cool yellow. And I'm actually going to apply this to the inner corners of my eye just to give like a little bit of a color. So I'm just going to take my Morphe Y22 brush. I'm just going to dip into this and literally just put some on the inner corner just to give it something fun. I find the summer season is definitely the time to experiment with like bright neon colors. I love doing this in the summertime. In the wintertime, I'm kind of reserved and I like more darker, like sultry looks. But in the summer, I actually open up and like to try a little bit more color. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little bit of mascara because we will be applying some lashes. I'm going to be going in with the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. And what I love about this one is this one has such a thin wand. If you can see, like the wand is so tiny. You have maximum control, which I really, really love, and it's great for doing your lower lashes as well. And I really love this mascara for under lashes because it is not clumpy, so you're not going to get like those big clumps of mascara when you're trying to put on your false lashes. So I love using this mascara for that. I'm not going to apply too much because, again, I will be trying to put lashes on, and my lashes are naturally long. So the more mascara I do put on, the harder it is for me to get in there to apply my lashes. So the lashes that I'm going to be applying is actually new ones that I have not tried before. These are again by MAC. So these are the 48 lashes. So I'm usually using the 76s, but I decided to try a new pair out, and they definitely look a little bit longer and a little bit more fluffy than the other ones that I'm used to, but we're gonna give it a go and try these out. I'm gonna go and apply lashes and I will be right back. Okay, I am back and lashes are on. Thank goodness, because I don't know why, but I had such a hard time. Like literally I was here for like 20 minutes or more trying to put these lashes on, and this eye gave me such a hard time. This is like my watery eye, so this literally like watered all down here. Mascara got all over my lids. I had to pretty much like try to tidy it up as best as I could, but this eyeshadow here is kind of a little wonky from my like mascara running everywhere because of my watery eye. But aside from that, I think that I fixed it up and I tried to get it as best as I could, but we're too far in to start over, so it's just gonna have to deal with itself, and that is that. Okay, so now that eyes are pretty much done, I am gonna go in with some highlighter, and I am going to be using the MAC Double Gleam. So it looks just like this, one of my absolute favorite highlighters by MAC. Going in with my trusty Sigma F03 highlighter brush, and I'm just gonna sweep this all over my face pretty much. This one is such a glowy highlighter, like look at that. Like I absolutely am obsessed with this highlighter. So I am going to take some of this just under my brow bone just to give it a little bit of brightness. Now it's time for the fun part, and this is going to be lips. So for this look, I went a little bold. I know the eyeshadow kind of came out a little darker than I anticipated, but the lipstick that I chose is a matte lipstick by MAC, of course, and this is Candy Yum Yum. So for those of you who don't know Candy Yum Yum, it is this like super fluorescent bubblegum pink, and it is an amazing shade. So I'm just gonna go and apply this to my lips. And for a matte, this is so creamy. Okay, so that is Candy Yum Yum, and as you can see, it is so bright. Like, this is such a bright shade. So I am going to tone it down just a little bit with some MAC Cream Cup. So I hope this just takes it down a notch. So mixing the Cream Cup with the Candy Yum Yum definitely gave me more of a wearable look, I want to say. Not that the other one's not wearable, but it was just a little bit too bright for me with this kind of look. So mixing Cream Cup definitely gave me more of a toned down, like hot pink, if you want to say. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look that I came up with kind of a little bit more of a fun summery vibe kind of look. I really do like playing with color with the yellow on the inner corner and then of course the bright pink lips. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and of course if you want to see more videos by me, just hit that subscribe button. And I just want to say thank you to you guys who took the time to watch this video, and I will definitely be seeing you guys in my next one. Bye!